Hi, fellow F1 fans. I want to show you all a video that shows just how much our beloved sport has been corrupted. It seems every aspect of the sport has been compromised, including sections of the F1 media, the race stewards, and let's not forget the race director. The clip you are about to see is from Sky Sports F1's post-qualifying analysis of the 2021 Qatar Grand Prix. This, for me, has got to be one of the most blatant and irrefutable examples of media manipulation and propaganda in F1. Have a look at the clip and see if you notice anything strange.
Hey Simon, we can firstly go through the straight line speed and let you do that. So we've zeroed the cars at the start of the lap and as across the line, and we'll just show you where it stops. So they're climbing up, and obviously you can see the DRS is firmly open. That's the timing line coming up. And when we get to the end, it looks about 3 or 4 meters when I see it, and there's the reference there. And you can see a lot better than what it's been, so clearly it was further than the lap, and we can go into that. Here's a side-by-side. I mean, extraordinary lap by Hamilton, absolutely superb, getting the best out of his package. But here we are into turn 1, both cars winding their way in. I haven't actually had a chance to have a look at this yet, but Lewis just using a little bit more exit there than you can see.
Did you spot it? Did you see anything strange? No? Don't worry. I'll run it back again and go through the things you may have missed. But before I do that, the first thing you should notice in the clip are the headings in the side-by-side of the two drivers. Notice that in the first clip, Di Resta plays, the lap times are not shown next to the drivers' names. Here, take a look. So basically, we have no idea what laps Sky Sports F1 are comparing here. They could be comparing laps from 2 different sessions in qualifying, or they could be showing unrepresentative laps from free practice 3. What I do know is that the laps in the first clip aren't comparable. Now let's look at everything that's wrong with Sky Sports F1's comparison of Hamilton's and Verstappen's run down the long straight to the first corner. First thing you'll notice is that they've aligned the cars coming out of the last corner, but be aware that the Mercedes and Red Bull approaches to maximizing their speed down the straight may have been totally different. Lewis may have been carrying more speed through the last corner before the straight. Also notice that Di Resta says he's zeroed the cars at the start of the clip and across the timing line.
Hey Simon, we can firstly go through the straight line speed and let you do that. So we've zeroed the cars at the start of the lap and as across the line, and we'll just show you where it stops. So they're climbing up, and obviously you can see the DRS is firmly open. That's the timing line coming up. And when we get to the
So now I've stopped the clip at when Hamilton arrives at the timing line, and we can clearly see that Verstappen hasn't reached it yet and is a good 3-5 meters behind. So we've spotted Sky F1's first lie, and now know that Sky F1 didn't zero the laps across the timing line. Take a mental note of the gap and let's play on and see what happens to the gap when both drivers arrive at the end of the straight.
And it looks about 3 or 4 meters when I see it, and there's the reference there.
Here we are at the end of the straight, and we can see that the gap at the start of the lap has more or less remained the same. Now let's continue playing the video, where Di Resta will show a comparison of Hamilton's final run in Q3 with Verstappen's first and only valid run in Q3.
And you can see a lot better than what it's been, so clearly it was further than the lap, and we can go into that. Here's a side-by-side.
This time you'll notice that the lap times are shown next to the drivers' names and that Sky F1 have zeroed both cars at the timing line. I'll pause the video when the cars approach the 100-meter board so you can observe the gap between both drivers.
I mean, extraordinary lap by Hamilton, absolutely superb, getting the best out of his package. But here we are into turn.
Here both drivers arrive at the 100-meter board, and you can see that Verstappen has a slight advantage. Both drivers are still on full throttle, so this gap hasn't been achieved by braking. This is purely due to the straight-line speed of the car, and it's clear to see that, contrary to the narrative that Sky Sports F1 were spinning, in fact, it was Verstappen's Red Bull that had the inherent straight-line speed advantage.
Turn 1, both cars winding their way in. I haven't actually had a chance to have a look at this yet, but Lewis just using a little bit more exit there than you can see.
So why would Sky Sports F1 doctor footage like this? It's obvious. To make it look like Verstappen was at a disadvantage that had nothing to do with driver skill, a narrative they propagated throughout the remainder of the season. Now have a look at the actual comparison of both Hamilton and Verstappen's final Q3 runs in Qatar 2021. You'll see at key points along the long straight, both cars cross the timing line at the same time and arrive at the 100-meter board with Verstappen slightly ahead. The fact Sky F1 lied about the Mercedes being faster in the straights tells me they wanted viewers to believe that Hamilton's advantage in the 2021 Qatar GP qualifying wasn't one achieved through his own skill, but one that was solely due to the speed of the Mercedes down the straight, which we know isn't influenced much by the driver's ability. Does it surprise anyone that Sky Sports F1 would do this? Sky was once owned by Rupert Murdoch, and we can see that the culture of falsehoods, which is synonymous with his companies, has persisted at Sky long after his departure. So much for British media bias. For more great content, help support our channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below.